Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Now at 10, we are counting down the hours until the cold winter blast makes its way to the state. Plus, big snowfall is expected this weekend. Some areas could get a foot or more. That's the biggest amount of snow in years, and that's why we begin the news with our weather impact forecast. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Tonight, we're getting you prepared for what's ahead from that extreme cold to a snowstorm. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. So, Rachel, where do you want to begin?
Oh, my gosh. We are all in this together. I wanted to show you this. So many across the country are dealing with winter storm watches, winter storm warnings. They span about 2,000 miles. So everybody getting a different part of this storm. And for us, we're going to be on the snowy side of things. So a winter storm watch is in effect starting Sunday morning and continuing into Monday evening. However, we do think the bulk of the snow ends up coming down Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. By Monday, the worst of the snow is already over, but we could still see a bit of additional accumulation. And now we're ready to make our preliminary estimate, anywhere between 10 to 16 inches of light, fluffy snow. So about a foot or a bit more for a lot of the states. So in terms of impacts, we're looking at travel issues, especially Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, and also into Monday because we'll have to clean out. And it is looking like a snow day on Monday. So kids, educators, parents, make those extra plans, figure out what the kiddos are going to be doing. A cold weather advisory is in effect, so this is the other side of the system that we're talking about, starting 10 p.m. Friday into 10 a.m. on Saturday, with wind chills that'll dip as low as 10 to 20 degrees below zero. Right now, we are colder in northern Connecticut, warmer towards the south, and overnight lows will dip back towards 20 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Tomorrow is cooler, but not frigid. Highs will be around 30 degrees. It's really going to be Friday night into Saturday morning. The heart of the cold air arrives. It's dry on Saturday, and then snow develops Sunday. We'll talk more about it, the future forecast, coming up in just a bit.
Rachel, thank you. And with this dangerously cold weather expected, experts are urging you to make sure to keep your pets safe. Pets can suffer frostbite and hypothermia just like people do, so limit their outdoor time and bring animals inside when temperatures dip. Protect paws by wiping away ice and salt after walks, and watch out for toxic substances like antifreeze. Make sure pets have warm shelter, extra food and water, and never leave them unattended in vehicles. Cold can become life-threatening very fast. And the state's cold weather protocol will activate tomorrow at noon. It'll remain in effect until next Wednesday. So anyone in need of shelter or a warming center, 211 is there to help, and transportation can be provided as well.
And if you have to drive in the cold and the snow, AAA has some tips on how to be prepared. For every 10-degree drop in temperature, your car tires could lose 1 pound per square inch of air pressure. The experts say make sure your tires have good traction and are properly inflated. AAA also recommends you have your car battery checked by a professional to make sure that it's strong enough to face the cold weather.
Below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, your car battery loses more than a third of its power just to start the vehicle. Once we get closer to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, the battery loses 60% of its strength. Always go into a snowstorm with a full tank of gas. Run your errands Friday night, during the day on Saturday. If you don't have to be out there on the roadways on Sunday, don't be.
Like you just heard there, keeping your gas tank at least half full helps you avoid a gas line freeze up. And one last tip here, make sure all your lights are working properly so you can see and be seen. This one's really important. Headlights and taillights, both. The winter storm is, as Rachel mentioned, will stretch from the south all the way up here to the northeast.
It could bring historic conditions this weekend. More than 180 million people across 45 states are under alerts as the storm expands across a 1,500-mile path. New York City could see its biggest snowfall in 4 years, and in the south, officials are already ramping up preparations.
We don't get a lot of opportunities to engage in a snow event, and so we're doing a lot of preparation.
The ERCOT grid has never been stronger, never been more prepared, and is fully capable of handling this winter storm.
Now, that's a contrast to 2021 when Texas suffered a major blackout after its power grid collapsed during a winter storm.
Airlines are preparing and have issued travel alerts already. They're waiving rebooking fees to ease disruptions this weekend. American, Delta, Southwest, United, and JetBlue are offering free flight changes at dozens of airports. If you're traveling over the next few days, check your airline's policies ahead of time because delays and cancellations are likely. We've reached out to Bradley International Airport to get an update on their preparations. They're telling people to check with their airlines regarding all these flight statuses. We'll have a flight tracker on fox61.com and our free Fox 61 News app. Just scan the QR code there on your screen and you can download it for free.
And when winter storms hit, snow and ice aren't the only danger. Power outages can turn a few hours into a days-long crisis. The best time to prepare for that is before the storm arrives. Keep flashlights, extra batteries, a battery-powered radio on hand. Stock up on water and non-perishable foods as well if you use a generator. Run it outside to avoid carbon monoxide. Charge phones and power banks, and remember to check on your elderly neighbors. We'll have extended coverage of the winter storm this weekend. Tune in Saturday at 6 p.m. on Fox 61 Plus. Meteorologist Sam Samperi will have the latest track before the storm hits the state, and he will be answering your questions. We'll also be on Fox 61 and streaming on Fox 61 Plus this Sunday, beginning at 5:30 before the NFC Championship game. We'll also be live an hour earlier on Monday, so join us at 4 a.m. on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus.
Well, developing tonight, a fire tore through a house this afternoon. It happened on Mitchell Street, but the investigation is just beginning. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot is live in Bristol. Kay.
Sarah and Brent, Mitchell Street hours ago was closed off because police chief says that someone in the home behind me, he was in the fire and is in critical condition. Now, Bristol Fire Chief Richard Hart says that man on the second floor was transported to the hospital. The fire was reported at 2 o'clock this afternoon by a neighbor, and another neighbor told me the reason he found out there was a fire was because he got an alert on his phone, and when he came outside, he saw all of the smoke and the flames. Connecticut State Police Fire Unit is now on scene, and the fire marshal is working to determine how this fire started and when it is safe to go inside. When we have any more updates, we'll bring them to you. For now, live in Bristol, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Well, right now, a fire investigation is also happening in West Haven. This happened on Campbell Avenue between Atwater and Leach Streets. Fox 61's reached out to the fire department. We want to learn more details. Of course, we'll bring that to you on air and online as soon as we get it.
Multiple roads in Southington are back open tonight after a motorcyclist was seriously hurt. The crash happened around 1:25 this afternoon near the Meriden-Waterbury Turnpike and Canal Street. Police say it involved 4 vehicles and that motorcycle. We are working to get more information, and we'll update you when we learn more.
The town of Hamden is reeling tonight, not just from the gunfire, but from grief after a string of shootings and a stabbing. 3 people are hurt, and a mother of one of the victims sat down with us today. She says her son was found shot and killed in the middle of the day. Fox 61's Solene Arif shares her son's story outside of this tragedy.
Keena Washington lost her son in the town's first deadly shooting of 2026. For her, Hamden is home, but after the recent violence here, she tells me this isn't the same town she moved her family to. As days go by, this mother's mind keeps going back to what happened here on Mix Avenue, the last place her son ever went to.
They definitely hurt us really bad, but it's not even just us, it's a lot of people, like his friends and teachers, and they took a real special person from us.
Keena Washington says she doesn't know much more than what police have shared with the public, that her son Kevon was found shot in a car. They believe he was ambushed by 3 people who then ran away. Washington says she doesn't want anyone else to get hurt from this situation, but she hopes those protecting the suspects come forward.
If you were my son, you wouldn't want your mom to be in the pain that I'm in and the pain my children are in, and my parents.
She says the people responsible stole a bright future from this world. At only 18, her son had big dreams. He went to culinary school and wanted to open up a barbecue restaurant. She says he was a family man who adored his siblings and just wanted to make everyone happy.
He wanted everybody around him to win that he loved and just to do good, and his goal was to buy a farm for my parents to live on.
Hours before her son was shot, another shooting happened in this area on Treadwell Street. Police say 2 people got in a fight at a party here, and a security guard was shot in the abdomen trying to break up the fight.
Yeah, this is definitely a shock, the way everything's been happening.
And now another shooting that police say happened a few days later. The victim was a juvenile who was shot in the legs. He's in stable condition, and police say several people were involved who went to the victim's driveway and fired multiple rounds into the house. All three shootings are under investigation, with police sharing limited details at this time. Hamden police ask anyone with information to give them a call, and information can be shared anonymously. In Hamden, Solene Air, Fox 61.
Well, new here at 10, the U.S. and TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance have finalized a deal to spin off the app's U.S. operations to American investors. The deal closes a process that began under President Trump, who once threatened to ban TikTok over national security concerns. The announcement comes one day before the deadline Trump set after TikTok signed the agreement last month. Most users likely won't notice any change, though the app's algorithm could shift as the new U.S. ownership takes control.